Welcome to the channel, and what is probably going to be what would be a few videos all in one here. As you can see, the Monterey convertible body is back on the hoist. This was slated to be hitting the pergola for some sandblasting, and we've been trying to work out the details on how we were going to run the air for the sandblaster, because of course the old sandblaster, or the old compressor behind me back there, wasn't enough. So actually we have a solution to that, and then I'm calling it lightning striking twice. The time it was delayed, and we've been waiting for all the walnut trees to drop all their leaves so that we can get a cleanup done before we actually create an enclosure to do the blasting. We got really lucky, man. We got really lucky. We got an opportunity to get another piece that has totally changed the course of this plan. This was to be blasted, and then we were going to start working on fabricating new panels and everything. And of course, you can't get panels for these cars. They just don't exist unless you can find parts cars. And of course, two-door Monterays in '63 are a pretty rare animal. So I'm just going to bring this in for you. We've been going at it really hard, and I can tell you right now that we weren't even sure we could pull this off. We have measured 9 ways sideways to see if this was even possible, and we got our hands on this. So this is a 4-door sedan body that we managed to find. And of course, there's definitely some differences between the 2-door and the 4-door. But we have worked our way through it, and with a little help of a body guy we know, we went over a bit of a plan as to how to make this work. So I'm going to give you a quick overview of this so you can see what we're sort of up to. So we've removed the entire door jamb from this 4-door car. The floor pan and the firewall all is the same as the 2-door, 2-door and 2-door convertible, I believe. This trunk area actually is in really good shape compared to the back of our convertible. And everything from the back of the car and approximately down to about this point on the floor pan, all the way across, is actually identical to the convertible. This was a breezeway, so it had a little bit of a different panel. This is the supports for the back window and the drains for the back window. We have a couple of different brackets on the convertible that would have to be spot welded in. As well, we have a bracket for the hydraulic pump for the convertible top that has to go in. Of course, some of this is a little different, and we've been removing the brackets and everything because our plan is, if I show you up here, looking across at the wheel tubs on the convertible, all the brackets that are on that wheel tub, we are going to undo, and then we are going to set the top of this convertible, including our framework that we put in, which is all this, and we're going to be adding one more X across the front of this to keep this all intact. These halves are going to stay attached to the framework here, and these are actually going to get spot welded into those caps that we've revealed over here. We believe this all actually goes together. All the cowl on the top will be going in, and of course we'll be saving this post, and the rear window assemblies are also all within this part of the quarter panel. But the nice part is we're going to be able to eliminate all this really bad stuff the convertible has. I'm going to go around here one more, because there's some Bondo in that 4-door car, but by all means, most of the material that you're seeing absent on this car is actually intact on the 4-door. And of course, this panel here was a repair job done some years ago, and this is all riveted in, and it has completely rotted out all the way along where all the rivets were. There's really no panel here. And all of this, we believe, can be replaced. So we're going to eliminate a lot of the bad very quickly using this car here, because this is almost all metal all the way along. Now, of course, we showed you that we got the new frame, and we've welded the X into this frame to convert it over to a convertible frame. And we had to relieve the floor pan through the center here because the tunnel is actually a lot narrower in a sedan than it is in the convertible. I can show you that as well. So we'll be taking this transmission tunnel out of the convertible and welding it into this floor. There's a handful of more measurements we have to take because it's a really big move. We were really unsure about this. None of us have ever done this before, but we believe this is going to move our project way forward because the condition of this is much, much greater than what we were working with. Like I said, the rockers have a little bit of Bondo throughout a couple spots, but most of the metal and the pinch welds are all there. We're going to put these two together, and then we're going to go ahead with our media blasting and get all this prepped. The other giant bonus about this body is that our brackets for the body mounts were in a little tough shape on the convertible. And the driver's side one was actually not only damaged under the bottom, but it had rusted out underneath here. So we've left this firewall intact so that we can use both the body mounts and body mount brackets, and all of this. That is why we are going to be putting the convertible windshield pillar and everything on the top of this. So again, I'm sorry we've been going at it and hadn't got really any videos. I do have footage of us doing all that, but I thought, you know what? By the time I make 3 videos, when I've been so darn busy, it's just easier for me to bring this all to you in one video. We also found a solution for our media blasting I mentioned. So Tim had mentioned maybe bringing his compressor over and doubling it up with mine in the back there, which still posed a problem when it comes to electricity, actually, because we would have to power 2 electrical compressors, and I only have so much power in the garage. So this was on Marketplace for a quarter of the price it is new, and I managed to jump on it right away. It's got very low hours on it, and it runs really well. We can double this up with the compressor in the garage at the back, and we'll be able to make enough air to run the big blaster under the pergola when we set up the enclosure. One other thing that did happen this week was we got a new sponsor. Lincoln Welders has... No, sorry, that is totally not true, actually. But we did get a new welder for the shop. So my 35-year-old little Miller welder has now gone to Mitch's garage, and now he's equipped as well. So there's another thing that came with this. Of course, it was a 4-door. You can see where we cut the post off here and that. But there was another part of this car that was actually here when we grabbed this body. And it totally plays into... Oh, the cat has come out for... Hello, Miss Missy. So, you know, we've been talking about this Fair Lane and turning it into the Franken Lane, the full custom car. Well, we got that. So, if you saw the last video, you know what I was talking about? That is a breezeway roof. That came off that car in there. And we cut it off. And we're going to set this aside because we are most definitely going to be following through with our Franken Lane project. So we're not too far. We're just waiting. Actually, I guess I could have shown you. We're just waiting for the last of the leaves to fall. All our walnut trees, see? Ooh, that's kind of bright. Once these have cleared, then we can start setting up that enclosure. I apologize that it's been a little bit since we made a Monterey video. And I've just been so busy between work. I've been working nonstop. We were away for a bit, and I just went, you know what, I'll make one video to kind of summarize where we were at. And by all means, I'll try to start recording while we're getting work done on this, because the boys have actually been over here and we've been working pretty hard, like every extra minute we have, or I have. They've been over here even on their free time sometimes. So we're going to continue this on, and I hope this answers your question, Charlie. I know you were curious about where we were going with this, and I really liked your idea about the Starliner roof line on the Fairlane. I think that would actually look really sharp. So next plan, chop this thing up. So we're going to get all this off there, and we're going to be rolling this underneath the hoist and doing a as we go fitment on the top of the convertible to fit it to the four-door car. I think it's going to be interesting. I have no idea whether this has been done before. We definitely looked at it and we're very unsure, I must say, because it just didn't seem like it could work. But after all the measuring we've done and checking out how all the brackets and everything go in the car, we actually believe this can be done now, and it's going to give us a much better product in the end, because the convertible was in nowhere near this condition, as well as it's going to take many hours of fabrication work out of this project. So promise, more work is coming, and I will try to document more of the work as we're doing it, instead of you guys having to listen to me talk the whole time. So thanks for watching, and have a great day.